Good morning, everyone. Carrie Ann here. I've had several people ask me about like the beachy waves that I sometimes put in my hair, and I'm frugal, so I just looked for a cheaper instrument, but this is the one I bought on Amazon. I want to say it was maybe $30. I don't think it was any over that for sure. And I'm already heating it up, and I'm going to show you really quickly how I do this. I have a whole lot of hair, and this is it drying naturally. No heat last night. I didn't put any product in it, although I think it's probably best if you do put product in it first. I normally do. But anyway, I can get away with 6 sections doing this, whereas if I use a straight iron or flat iron, I literally have to take it up into tiny sections like this. I have coarse hair, but apparently it's thin. I just have a whole lot of it. And so normally I do have to take very fine sections. But with this, I can really get away with 6. Okay, I'm gonna get started. Brush it out. By the way, I am no hairdresser by any long stretch of the imagination. I'm probably not even good at hair, but that's why I think this video might be nice, because more of you are like me than like a professional hairstylist. Okay, so I pulled it up and I have grabbed just the hair at the nape of my neck. Here's half a section. And I'm going to slide, because my hair is so long, like below chest, I started about halfway down. If you have short hair, you're gonna have to start it up here. I grab it about halfway down, put the barrel behind it, and then I kind of slide under a few prongs. It looks like 2 or 3. And then I push the button that's going to make it twirl backwards. There are 2 turn-ins. Two buttons that adjust the direction of the barrel turning. One goes that way and the other goes that way. So I want it to roll behind me, and I'm still holding the tail down here until it kind of pulls it out of my fingers. And then I just kind of touch, tap, touch, you know, until it sweeps it all up. These hairs didn't get caught. I'm gonna stick them. These are those fine wispy baby hairs. Gonna make sure it's all in there, and sometimes I'll pull it up the barrel a bit just to make sure it's all spread out, and then I count to, you know, 10, 15. Just hold it there for a second, and then you can just pull it right out. There's no you know, like alligator clip to have to release, but I do think this part is kind of important. I grab that curl and just prop it up on my shoulder. I don't pin it or anything, but I try to keep it in that curl for a little while it cools back down. Okay, so under the prongs, find the button that I want to turn the curl backwards and let it twist up. See how it kind of pulled it up the barrel? But I can decide if I want to push it up a little more or pull it down to help it get caught on the teeth at the bottom. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Simply pull down. You can kind of see that. And I'll pull it up and let it prop. And grab the next section. I'm going to grab a huge section running from like the back of this ear to the back of this ear. So I would never be able to do that with another appliance. See all this? I don't know if you can tell how much hair that is. It's a huge section. So I'm going to grab it in a ponytail in the back, brush it out, and then just section it in half right along my the center of my head. Okay, brush this side out. Huge section. I don't know if you can tell all that with my light fighting it in the background. There we go. Okay, stick it under the prongs with the barrel in the back. Okay, see how it kind of pulled up at the top? These are the things that just with practice, you figure it out, and I don't know, it becomes second nature after that. But I would say the only negative I've found with this is that there is a bit of a learning curve. So, you know, don't plan it on a fancy night out or some important event the first time you use it. But I really think with 2 3 times at most, you will have it down pat and, you know, no troubleshooting needed. I kind of did my clip a bit wonky. It's funny. Okay, so there's that ringlet. I'm gonna hold it up for a second. Grab the other section. Okay. Nope, I did the wrong way. See that? But I caught it. I'm looking at myself using this, and you know, I normally don't try to talk and do this at once. Okay, that seemed to catch up. This is the kind of stuff that would happen to you the first time you use it. Just pull it out, start over again. There we go. I love that it does the work for me. It does this wrapping. I love that there's no, you know, like alligator clip, no kind of, you know, handle that I'm having to mess with. So I know you can do similar things with a curling iron, and you just, you know, clip it at the bottom and wrap it around the barrel or hold it with your fingers. But I think you're more likely to burn yourself having to keep your fingers holding it. And you're more likely to get a crimp with the clip. There you go. And I like that I can easily change directions on this without having to really make that calculation in my brain very much. If I did it wrong, I just go oops, and I push the other button, and it's corrected. Okay, so now I've only got this top section left. I'm going to divide it. My part's to the side, so I'm going to kind of divide it like this. Okay. I can't even explain to you who don't have a whole lot of hair like me how long this can take with other instruments. But with this item, I mean, I've just been amazed. Okay, now I have lots and lots of layers to the side here. So this is the only tricky part, is kind of catching those. And look, all I'm doing is tapping the button and kind of sliding it down. And I can usually get it exactly as it should be. If you don't have layers, I think it's way easier, but my stylist always frames my face with lots of layers. Whether or not I like it, I tell him, can we go a little longer on the layers? But ultimately, he gives me what he wants me to have. I don't know if y'all have a stylist like that. Okay, so I'm gonna leave these pieces a little longer so I don't have a big curl right there. This is my last section. We are on 8 minutes since I started this video. If I weren't talking and trying to do these two things at once, you know, I probably could have done this in, I don't know, 6. So my hair is going to be done in, you know, 8 minutes. And I found that this is like easily a third or even a fourth of the time it would take me to straighten it. The other thing I love about this is the curls have held really long for me. Like, I try not to wash my hair every day, and these look great the next day. Oftentimes they look actually better on day 2. I've even pushed it to day 3, and there's, you know, very, very loose waves, but there are still waves at that point. So, now since I did nothing with my bangs last night after my shower, I mean, like I went to bed with my hair like not even dry. So it's really wonky today. So all I'm doing here is holding the base of my bangs and using it almost like a straightener or a regular curling iron there, just to smooth it a bit and get some of the, you know, crimps that were in it out. Okay, so now I've got this, and I usually don't use hairspray or much of any kind of product, but I guess this is the point where you could, you know, do something like this. And then if I had longer, I would leave it in curls longer before I combed it out. But just for the purposes of this video, to show you, I'm going to go ahead and comb it out. And that is where we're left with. Keep in mind, I only did 6 sections on my huge head of hair. And this is what we're left with. 8 minutes at most. Okay, this part looks a little wonky. I may have to, see, look, you can troubleshoot. You can just do that part. Slide it down again if you want to. But that's it. And really, like I said, end of the day, probably starting 2 hours, 3 hours from now, it will look much better. This is tighter than what I want, but that's good because then as the day wears on, it'll actually improve in its appearance. Maybe I can touch base with y'all and show you what it looks like in a few hours, give you an update. All right, that's it. So check it out. This is Vivid and Vogue, but I'm sure any product like this would work because this is cheap, guys, I'm telling you. But I really like it. And so now several of my friends have used it. They also love it. And I have probably sold 5 already without even trying. I hope you like it too. Thanks. Bye.